I do think FPX have way better engage right now. Top Esports have way better disengage. Because you have Talia and Braum. We did highlight that Braum potentially coming in. But if you early push and can't reach the third wave quick enough, they can actually... Oh, that's a great flash in.
And the headbutt back. Jackie's now in danger, needs to run away. Good stun onto that Alistar by side. Kanavi's here, looking to punish. What is this? Kanavi here at level 3? I don't believe it.
Top Esports ganked the bot lane early, but Jway gave it a great...
Ganging up on a poor Scuttle Crab. Us junglers a horrible crab.
Grub's now being started. Sion has an angle to sweep that ult through the fight. This is the first big play of the game where we could see that tank frontline making a difference.
Colin comes one down, not that much value. Kaba! Welcome to the Cuddle Puddle, and down goes Kanavi. Backline goes Cream, looking for a bit more value here on the Taliyah as the Tibbers continues to run in. 369 now in danger, flashes over the wall, and will get out alive. Last embrace into the Dawning Shadow. Good shield buys the time. The shovel way onto IE in the squad by... Oh! But Jway on the Alistar, flashes for the pulverize. Value secured. Another kill comes on through.
I couldn't help but think the way you said...
that's
different though, but you know, you don't mention, you know, the one related to employment. Sheer,
you mentioned the E-word.
on. Oh no, I mentioned the E-word.
One side. Sheer is in danger, has a wall between him and safety pathmakers, but there's a decimating smash waiting, and Cream ensures that he will be seasoning that kill with a little bit more value.
Nice play there from Cream. No flash from Sheer, and you can't use your pathmaker to get FPX back in the mid lane. Gives Top Esports away towards the Herald first. 369 and Sheer not going to be at this place. It'll be a 4v4. Ked doesn't have ult for this.
Glacier Fisher comes on down, doesn't get that much value. Hung with the exhaust, keep your eyes on it. Spellbook making some weird choices. Jway looking to go on in! Headbutt flash! Pulv is glorious! They lose the objective. No, wait, they did get it. I take it back. IE got into the backline. They will lose that Wukong, but it's already a gorgeous play from Jway alone. Dawning Shadow comes on through. Headbutt pulverize only knocks Cream away.
Yeah, he ends up, I think, getting stunned by the last of the minefield. Can't combo it through. Finally engaged in the way that we did in that last fight. So we're going to chill for now. Use the Herald mid lane. It will be able to charge over the Taliyah wall there. Will it? No, it needs the direct path. Oh, that's a playable time.
Oh, that's a bit awkward. Doesn't get as much value as they were hoping for there. And they lose the objective.
That's the Taliyah combo. Yeah, that's the Taliyah combo. Fully denies the Herald. That's a huge win. Cream, great knowledge of the micro there. Walls it off. Senna can get the Black Cleaver stacked on someone. You can double stack it with your auto Q as well. Gets 3 stacks immediately. Top Esports now choosing not to go for the setup early.
They already had the first kills, but that is a
late first turret.
Yeah, it is quite at that point. I'm going to try and find a bit more value here. I can see that they all got 3 dragons, so actually they already had that in that point then. FPX in the river first, as you noted.
You can also see 369 is getting Black Cleaver stacked on him, but Senna is just not an anti-tank champion. The flash forward, but Care Bear misses!
Oh, he tries to go for the hug, and they're just not interesting. Dawning Shadow comes on through. Hung stays alive as Jway tries to headbutt them out. 369 has been dragged all out. Tries to find an angle with his wall into the pit. It's not doing all that much value. Cream potentially dangerous. Hung flashing on forward. Jackie up to get some more value, and the Annie dies. But a flash on forward from Sheer, who's trying to go all out with the end top first strikes. Jackie is somehow in the enemy jungle off the right hand side of the screen. Sheer going on forwards. The Culling comes back up. IE now here. Flash away, trying to stay alive. Piercing light's not enough. It's a triple to the Wukong as the fight gets messier and messier. Kanavi is here, still full HP. Jway flashes on out, and Sheer tries to put some footwork. The Wind becomes lightning, gets the double slow, knocks up Kasante with the 3 talent strike. Decimating smash, and the Bash Bros are here to keep whacking onto the Wukong's got nothing left somehow. It is 4 for 3 in Top Esports' favor.
The Care Bear crucial fight, even with the triple kill from new jungler IE in his first few games in the LPL. Top Esports just outclutched the fight.
Well, wait, I assume you can't get insurance for that.
I'm sure you could if you paid an awful lot of money, but that's a different story, really. Okay, bot lane of FPX trying to hold this choke point, not able to do so. Top Esports walking around with Kanavi's shins out. Has the, he's gone Thunder Sky, not for the Stark second, but he basically doesn't need that Black Cleaver because Sen is doing that for him. The Thunder Sky does give him good extra healing across the fights.
Navi and Cream all around. FPX looking to come and contest. TP is now coming on in. Blue buff being fought over. Piercing Darkness does come on down. There's the blue buff secured. 369 TPing in. Cream on the side. Cream is in danger. Gets hit by the Care Bear. This time, he's forced into the group hug. Dawning Shadow comes across. Needs to think about flashing out. Doesn't have it up and available. Now Kanavi's in the back line with everyone there. Crescent Guard bought some time. Charge on forwards. Gets the kill onto Jway's Alistar. Decimating smash. Knocks him shit. Care in danger. The cleanse ensures the stun stun means nothing. Jachi's running out of mana. Can't keep throwing out spells as IE needs to back away and they lose additional members. Jachi needs to blast cone out, surely.
369 is an utter menace. Kanavi going to fight against IU. Be able to get the kill, maybe.
Very, very low. Now the whip becomes lightning.
Kanavi gets the kill, and Top Esports play so well around the unkillable front line, and Jackie loves not picking up enough damage onto it either. Top Esports much better now at peeling back around their front line.
Congratulations on your 4,000th assist in the LPL. Getting up there in the numbers now. Around for a little while. Good showing so far on this Braum. Kanavi really off the race at this point of a while. Atakan has spawned. Been there for a little while, and Top Esports will claim that as an additional prize. Baron and Atakan, and of course...
They should really get Monster Energy to sponsor that cone. Like, the Monster Energy Blast cone. I'm telling you.
Or Megamind. It would turn them all into, like, big blue Megamind.
Oh, my giant blue head.
Boy. Exactly.
Jumps into the backline and gets
Monstrosity!
You were right. I was less right. For those of you who never watched Megamind, go do it. It's a modern classic in terms of comedy. Didn't do as well at the box office as it should have done, but who cares? And then the second movie didn't exist. Is what? Yeah. They couldn't get Will Ferrell back for it, and it kind of killed the show, really.
Yeah, love it. They had
Sion is behind the entire turret, by the way.
Jachi, a hit by the wind becomes like needs to start backing away. Weavers will be going to come on forward. Jachi flashes on out to safety. Important that could have been problematic. The problem is the rest of the fight. How on earth do you kill this Sion?
He's part of the furniture. He's part of your bedroom.
Like, part of the ship. Part of the crew.
Part of the ship. He's just the ship. He is
the ship.
What do you do about this Sion? Like, he's just here to stay. He's set up. He's set up shop, and this Sion will not be moved. Top Esports clear the inhibitor turret.
He's the wolf of bot lane. He's not leaving. He's not leaving. They're going to go into it, gets a double head but pulverize. IE does sidestep that seismic shove, a pull back on a 369. He was finally lost. More than a third of his HP after 1 minute of fighting. Yes, folks, it's happened. Double seismic shove. Actually, it's onto the clone as well. I do take that back slightly. And hello, Dabbles in chat. Should be a good time. Just do keep your eyes on that one. Some love if you're in the Twitch chat. 369 steps forward into 5 members and does not give a damn. Neither does Kanavi, who's got the Crescent Guard rolling. Care is exhausted. Out comes the Glacial Fisher, buying some time. I tried to back away with the Cyclone. But again, Kanavi, finally about to go down, does so. Potentially big pick. All out on the other side. But it's dragging the Sion into your backline. Why have you done this?
Reasons are beyond me.
Jackie, can he get the penta? He's got the triple. There's a lot of low health bars. Now they've all split apart, and the blast cones get them out to safety.
FPX have just run out of steam. Top Esports. Cream flashed on his own into the backline. That's how safe he felt. I.e., try to play around the Cream.
He's standing between the two clones. That's a bit awkward.
He thought that he pressed the S key. He pressed the S key and baited him into thinking the clone had gone down. Baited him into the both of them. Cream dying. I don't think it saves the game for FPX. I guess with 15 seconds left, maybe it does. I.e., great mind game there. Ends up getting the kill onto Cream, who was playing very fast and dragons, the Chemtech dragons, and also the soul, which makes it harder for him to get closed out for a kill by FPX. Makes it so hard to play. And 369, he can stand here for forever.
I do agree with you, Alex. And Elder Dragon's happening, so perhaps the memes and jokes from White Flames are going to get knocked up by Kanavi with that 3-tower drag. Dawning Shadow comes on through the Crescent Guard that was well timed, means that railgun does nothing to him. Somewhere out there, Mizukami is very pissed off that someone can mitigate her most powerful skill like that. They get the kill on the Kazante. Jackie finally dies, but does a lot before he falls. Dwayne in the backline is there alone. The Alistair has nothing left of the tank all the while. 369 is in a 1v3 and brings down the center. Weaver's Wall comes on forward. Kanavi's here as well. And IE just goes owie, and he'll fall as a triple kill goes the way of Cream.
369 takes matters into his own hands at the end of the fight. This Sion is my MVP for the game by a long shot. 369 on tanks is a match made in heaven. Top Esports will use the spellbook from the support to make sure he can be there for the photo finish.
We all come in, say cheese and smile for the camera. Top Esports come out on top in game 1. Just better in the engages, better in the fights. And my god, the Sion was a bit of a
Zero
mess.
tank, which is going to make Trundle worse, by the way. There is no tank stats to steal from them, but that does mean that the Akali can sometimes just dive in and get a ton of damage.
Yeah, and the thing is, mid lane, as actually is potentially IE coming on down.
Might force the flash with the pillar, but IE is here to defend. I don't think they can go that aggressive.
Thinking about it, flash for the chomp. In comes the Twilight Triad looking to get the thing. The Whip lands! That means a 5-point strike secures first blood.
Oh, you have to do one of two things. Stand and fight or flash early. Kind of does neither, gets hit. And the double flashes from mid-jungle. Well, the most important thing for now is just hitting the Q so you get the extra heal, really. You are pushing up again too far.
Remember, Care doesn't have the flash after the earlier play, gets the heal from that Q. The Gleaming Quill buys some time. Grand Entrance comes on through, but the Shuriken Flip lands. Cream, not at level 6. Will it matter? No, it will not, because the 5-point strike means a command dissonance speed up means nothing at all.
Care's lane management has been... No, it doesn't, because the flash away.
Still flash earned there from the Rumble for a drive-by, so to speak. Roadworks come on down, and Sheer has to take a detour.
Herald up. Ooh, not an Orianna available.
There's the Knockwave combo, getting a decent chunk there onto the front line of that jungler. Will go down, but now Cream is here in the backside. Goes sliding on through everyone. Perfect execution. Gets 2. Care trying to trade it on back for the Bellows Breath. And a triple kill to Akali.
5-0 for Cream's Akali. A famous pick for him. Feels like FPX just have zero presence. What are they going to do? Hope that top esports messes up and gives them a chance to get 2 items or so? What?
They have presence.
Oh, yeah.
What worries me here is about the Ornn is up in CS by like, what, 2 waves, wave and a half? That is not pretty.
No, it is not. It's not the pretty derby either, you know.
Stop it.
You know, 369 really the what is he? He's the I don't know. There's the Knockwave.
There's your front of the pack runner doing some work, and the Featherball comes on through. Glue in the mid lane.
Yeah, and Silent Suzuka comes through with the view from the...
If he overplays this, won't. Look to reset shortly, but that is very good work there from carrying a game that has largely fallen away from FPX.
It is. They need moments like that. IE does have ult, has members coming towards him.
As well, the tether comes on down, the unspeakable horror. TP now coming on forward. And speaking of unspeakable horror, thy name is Akali, looking for some damage. Rocket Bell into the perfect execution. Nocturne ends up dead, can't quite get the R2 execute on the way out. D2 survives this time around.
Man, this Astromech droid just saved our fight. Cream comes in with the R2, 6-0, 10-stack Dark Seal. And it really begs the question, who is the C-3PO of top esports if Cream is the R2? More into mages with stuff like the Victor and the Ahri, and he played mainly like Karma, way bits of his ear for top esports when he joined them. We thought, okay, it's a new era. Here comes the Knockwave.
Trying to make it happen. Does get onto 2. Flash away from Hung by some time, but there's a good kill nonetheless onto the Karma. Trying to make this one now a turnaround. Pillar comes onto Vai, who can't escape. Ornhorn onto Dwayne, knocks him up. Is there more of a follow-up? Where is Cream? Coming around the back end of this. Dwayne could now be in a lot.
The envelope they have to play within this game is very, very small. They can occasionally find the Shockwave Nocturne combo. Sometimes you can get that. It's hard to get through the heal and through the shields of the Karma. It will be the mid lane outer turret going down. Top esports will claim another objective.
Again, it's not my call the name. The pros will call it that. It's the nickname that's been decided upon by the pro player community. I'm sorry, Arisuri, who's like, why not Power Wave or Shadow Shot? Which would also be cool, I grant you. But alas, take it up with Whippo and crew. Dragon secured.
Genshin, the guy with the whale ult.
Child.
Imagine like that kind of whale, just like the giant kind of imposing one.
From Marvel Rivals, it just throws a whale at someone.
Right. Ooh, here comes the Shockwave.
That's big damage. Going to get damage onto the AD carry. Jackie God taken away, but now Kanavi and 369 looking to trade it back. Nice Shuriken flip. Dway will put the quickness down. Equalizer comes on forward. Scream want to go on forward. The Sheer goes over the wall. Flip spinner coming on through with the redemption heal is going to be brutal. That means Sheer has gone too deep. Over goes Cream, looking for a bit more value. Won't find that much. Another massive knockup, though. Featherstorm immunes that at least for Jachi, who gets to keep firing. Cream blow. Gets one on the way back out.
2 for 2 at the end of things. FPX feeling like they could get more with the Civic
relatively mobile players. Could potentially cause some trouble. Paranoia not up there will make IE's job very hard.
They're not even contesting. They're not moving towards it. They're seeing Nocturne getting pinged out on the minimap as well. Top esports have just pinged him out, maybe knowing that he was just out. He just cleared a ward out. Aftercon will go to top esports. And
I think things could have got very interesting. Very clutch there from Jachi, who's not had an easy game on this side. Straight from the level 1. Is now at least 2-0-1. Hasn't died this game. Maybe a turnaround with the Knockwave combo. Gets good damage. And that's a shutdown on Kanavi. Suddenly finding an angle. Ornhorn comes through though. And again, we said it's often a one-way journey. 1 for 1 right now, but support for jungle probably still favors FPX.
Well, funnily enough, it's not the guy going on the one-way journey that dies. Dway just tries to get the extra big routes.
Also, slightly frustrating here, of course, some of the ornaments beginning to come on through. Cream has got a lot of damage in inventory. There's a Shadow Flame there. Kill on the Rumble. 12 seconds until Dragon.
He didn't even need the Astromech droid. R2, as well. Uzi's wife is pregnant.
Oh,
Congratulations
to Uzi.
Dragon to go down. Smotes it away, trying to use the spell, but not able to do so. But congratulations to the icon himself, Uzi. Yes, but very badly.
Ah.
So, no.
So no.
No. I mean,
So you just lied to me.
no. You say, could I do? Truth or shrubbery?
Truth or shrubbery? I require
No.
shrubbery.
Bob Mortimer and droids will know. They're arming up the combo again. Oh, 369's really caught out now.
I think he might have been like. I think he can be picked up by the combo, potentially going very low and down. What about the rest of the fight, though, afterwards? Cream on the side, going into the backline, looking to get a huge amount of threat. Don't care, in danger, flashes to no avail. The mid-jungle fall for FBX.
369 goes down, but it's not worth it. Jaculov trading back heavily. Jachi has flash popped that ghost, and Top Esports again finding a little bit
mid
more.
lane
Inhibitor turret on the next wave. They'll break top lane inhibitor on this one. Top Esports exploding their gold lead even more. 7k the advantage.
Dragon up in
Ultra
2.5.
fed.
Here we
Akali.
go. Paranoia comes on down. Pops that Banshee's veil, going into the backline, looking for some more value. Now going to get to force the flash away, stays alive. Dway went looking, gets a bit of an entrance, gets back out. Dragon secured though by Kanavi. Jachi up into the air. Ocean Soul now rolling as 369 begins to careen forward. The feathers are full, but it's a triple kill to Kanavi, who's hunting for more. Trundle, the long arm of the Troll Law, looking for the pentakill!
The Trundle pentakill from Kanavi, the one-man army, seals the game for Top Esports in an incredible shot.
Towards the Baron we go, Top Esports. It is now a victory lap, isn't it? It felt like
Did you
that
see
kind of-
how hard it is to actually get damage onto Jaculov's Sivir, and the cleanup of Kanavi just runs him down?
I can't watch the rest of the replay because Top Esports
They're
aren't
ending the
taking,
game.
Yeah, they can't,
Yeah.
they're not taking any breaks here. The crazy train keeps rolling, and a shout out to our dear lost Prince of Darkness, Ozzy Osbourne out there, passed away the other day. Thought there'll be a few more references to Black Sabbath occurring over the next few days. I have no doubt.
Well, Top Esports have already been faced with not just the paranoia, but paranoid as well from that. FPX sadly not making a #1 hit from that one, as yeah, Top Esports doing a very good job of making sure they can close out this game.
Well, in general, Darde's gone, but they're still gathering in their masses in this bot lane. Looking to ensure they lead the armies of minions into the base. Jachi chunk low, Paranoia coming on through, but to what end? Where's it going?
And the equalizer does nothing. So little. Top Esports, they're going to try and... Well, Cream just dodges the shockwave.
And he just gets to stay alive. He's looking for more. Nice vision toggle. Cares in danger. Shuriken flip just wide, but the horn comes on through. Jachi up into the sky. Cream with another massive chunk. And they just get a triple. It's not going to be any more for Jackie. You just wonder whether it was that kind of game. Ends up being something of a full house. A quadra to Jackie Love, as they'll end the game here in stylish fashion.
Top Esports run into the enemy base and take no prisoners. Fun plus Phoenix will not be rising from the ashes. Top Esports stamp their authority. And these kind of comps are very good versus your mid-table teams, which are a little less confident, because you can get those quick resets, which can be a win condition in themselves. Shahu, I don't mind the Orianna. I've done that so many times, in fact. Trap started up by Jin using the 4th shot on the Dragon. Monkey is over the wall. They could use Karis. No, they don't have Karis' ult, actually.
It's the Scion coming in. Monkey blast coning. That's still the Dragon secure, but the bounce house is brutal. Shinta immediately deleted. But the equalizer! The curtain call getting scary. Reset for 1. Hop away from Xiaohu. It's a 1 for 2 right now, and Monkey can't get any more resets. Look dangerous with the ults coming on through, but WE had done the damage beforehand.
Yeah. Big mistake from... Well, the CC chain's pretty big. Normally, you'd be a little bit afraid of dealing with the Scion, but I think in this kind of game, there are some extra ways you can deal with that. Cube, got Monkey in the back pocket. Breather's going to get potentially stunned up here.
Boy, that decimating smash will very much be the death of Breathe.
This is not how you play against Scion in a side lane. You never go up to that brush. That is the
carries, and a Shinzo, I suppose, well, he'll probably go something like a Black Cleaver, which might help a bit, but even so, no easy feat then to bring this Scion down in good order. Tien hit with the hook, overcomes the Weaver's Wall, goes charging into the backside. Seismic Shove goes wide, that was Taeyeon in a dangerous position, has to flash away. Monkey now coming on over. Cube's also walked up. Curtain calls did come on down. Cube Also, Crisp going forward onto Cube, trying to get some value. But again, this Sion is so damn tanky. Xiao, who speeds himself up with the Foxfire. Tien trying to heal up off the wall.
Great charm.
The charm comes on forward. Cube goes down. That's a big shutdown. Tien split off. Has got Crescent Guard here. Vampire also low. He's in a really weird spot.
Oh,
Crescent
Vampire!
Guard! And Vampire hooks the wall!
The Vampire Classic comes through, hooks the wall to death, and Taeyun goes down. WE for a team that's meant to be popping off right here. That's a huge mistake.
Oh, hang on, Heartbreaker doesn't quite get the reset on Monkey. I feel so bad. He'd done all the hard work in a losing situation.
Weibo hands
Appreciate that kind of play. Tien starts healing with his jungle item, his passive onto the walls, waiting for his Crescent Guard cooldown, and somehow outplays this, and Vampire there was no reason for him to do this. This is such a bad mistake. It really throws parts of the game.
Tien now in danger. 2 seconds on the Crescent Guard. Has it now! Could look to turn it around. Knock away with that one. Gets the kill on Monkey. Backline, though. Crisp is somehow way too deep, but it's keeping 2 people busy. Makes things interesting. Kill goes down. Deadly Flourish lands. Curtains called. Vampire in danger. It's the body block from the zombie. Good work, though. Xiao looking for the charm. Will get the cleanse out, but he's hit by the Chains of Corruption. Shoved back by that seismic shove and goes a little too deep as a result.
Ends up being, what, 2 for 2?
Yes.
Chris dies as well. But another big mistake from the jungle support of WE. Vampire very nearly going down. Lucky to be saved by the rest of his team. Tien can go around the back now. He's healed off the jungle. Oh my god, this is a great angle.
Oh,
This flash on Karis, not on Taeyun.
And he's just put down the Unraveled Earth. Misses the wind, becomes lightning, though. So can't go any further forwards.
Well, Charity. Oh! Can't dodge that one, though.
And there's the Audacious Charge back at another kill as Breathe comes across from the river. Dragons up, and they just lost their jungle and their AD carry in mid lane. Wind becomes lightning. Monkey needs to ult away. Deadly Flourish forces the backstep, and Monkey's dead again.
WE are outplaying themselves. Their hands are just not as slick as Weibo in this game 1 as Tien.
The right play to make. There's too much follow-up. Your damage is not in range, and all you've ended up really doing is giving your team an opening to lose that fight. Tien has flash, has ult. Vampire another hook there, but again, not fantastic.
Cube trying to find an angle on aim. Tien may well be forced to Crescent Guard. Does. The Equalizer splits people off. Taeyun in danger as Xiao who looks for them. Magnet Storm from Crisp. Damage coming on for Xiao. Still got an ult to work with. They lose the rel, but again, it's bought time. Damage back, though, as they lose their top and mid. 1 for 1. Tien secured the Herald and backs out.
Ends up being 2 for 1 as Breathe dies, but the Herald does go to Weibo. They'll be happy with that. Monkey not able to, top turret. They already have themselves the feats of strength. And with those couple of kills, again, they're not too far behind in gold.
Xiao couldn't quite secure the kill on Taeyun. Never stepped forward.
WE starting up the Atacam. WGBG not really in position for this right now. They do have their ultimates coming back up. They have a lot of flashes as well to work with. Not that Shinzo one, which is important.
Crisp just pops the ghost, looking to get on in.
Oh, double on this.
Oh, Magnet Storm in the backline. Look at Xiao on the other side. Blows up Taeyun who lost his flash in the last play. Vampire dead. Monkey dead. WE, you guessed it, dead.
WE with their bot lane ultimates. Taeyun and Vampire shake hands and say, let's miss our ultimates together. The hook and the Chains of Corruption going wide really start the fight off well for Weibo. The flash in from Crisp, utterly sublime as WE miss their crucial fight starting engage.
Over towards the mid-tier 2 we go. Weibo Gaming looking to shove on forward. 2,500 gold ahead. Very, very strong. Make that 3.5. Sorry, I can't do maths. No, I got it right the first time. I'm just going to stop doing it. Tier 2 goes down. That's more like what I'm talking about.
Weibo are a team that pretty much only win on blue side as well. They're getting into a huge...
items now. There's no third items completed for Weibo Gaming, so at least in terms of combat power, a little more even than it might otherwise be. Dragon down to half, hook lands, it's only really onto the rel, shoved back, in danger now for the Chains of Corruption, get to lock it down by some time, and Chris goes down, Xiao Hu over the backline, trying to get a pick up, can't quite do it, Spectrum Wall goes wide, Equalizer splits the team, as they have to walk across the red carpet to escape. Curtains now called, needing to run away towards that bot lane, and the bullets just go wide.
Yeah. The CC chain lands onto Chris this time, that's how they're meant to play the fights, last couple of times.
Vision, Xiao Hu and Monkey in a bit of a stalemate there.
Wonder if it's a mind game. I wonder how much each other know about that. They don't see Monkey right now. He's been here for a while.
Hang on, Xiao Hu just got in danger. He's picked up on the side. Disrespect as Monkey helps ult him down to size. Cube goes forward. It's onto the Jin. Cleanses, flashes away, staying alive. Crescent Guard from Tien buying time, but Chris needs to back on now. Tien's in danger, flashes on out, but hit by the Spectral Maw. Cannot heal up enough, and WE find 2.
A huge in by Xiao Hu. Went way too close to that fog of war, and Monkey knew where he was the whole time. Monkey looking for the reset. We'll go into Jin.
Oh, flash audacious charge caught under the turret. but can look for another. Might go from the LDL, comes on up and will surely die, but takes 2 with him.
Gets 2 kills. It will mean that W will find it harder to go towards the Baron. There will be actually Breathe and Xiao who could have potentially stopped them from doing this.
You get those
Another
waves.
problem is you don't have the armor pen on Jin yet to deal with the Scion, but no longer able to play with such impunity. Crisp going around the flank with the Hex Gates, but the fight starts already.
TN, Crescent Guard buys some time, shoved back into the rest of the team, now in danger. Equalizer comes across the whole squad. Crisp looking for the angle, onto Taeyu, onto Karis. Xiao hits the charm. No follow-up damage though as yet. The final curtain call's beginning to fly, but they just don't have enough in the tank at the moment. Monkey gonna force the flash out of Xiao, another reset coming on forwards, but now he's called the base, needs to get the reset. GA still active, finally falls, but not before the GA can proc. Another GA comes down. Monkey hides bodies. WE slaughter the fight.
Weibo ints in the mid lane, and it throws a 1 game to Team WE. A game of throws, but WE pick it up better. The resets coming through. 7, 5, and 7. The Viego doing work.
It's gorgeous stuff from WE at the end of it all. Well recovered, well played. And we go to a game 2 with Weibo Gaming, questioning how the hell they threw it all away.
WE figure out what to do with this composition. We called out Paper Tester, the Poppy. They go towards the Neferi. Much nerfed pick. Can press W onto Pantheon W, but if you ever get Tien on the Pantheon, gets the stun, gets the triple auto attack afterwards, passive onto Vampire there, which again is actually quite scary. Dragon's going to start going down. He'll be back up a cooldown from Crisp now.
Over they come. Xiaohu and Karis looking to get involved. 1200 HP. Tien doesn't want to flash in there, I think, and so it's looking like Dragon will still be WE's. A little bit of a look in might delay WE getting to lane here, and the wave does crash, so Taeyeon's going to lose a few more CS here.
So they've given up
hold of her Gromp, got Dragon in 50 seconds. Do we want to see a reset here for buys? Where it's going to stick her? Oh my god, Monkey! That was a bit bold to blast Cone over into the Dying Blind River. Hex Flash can look to go for something more. Karis down a flank angle. Double knock up. Weibo in danger. The culling comes on down, but to one end. Tien low, but will not quite fall until just now. That's the reset. Where's the Hound's Pursuit Part 2? Do they want to jump onto light? No, they don't, but they're happy with the 2 kills.
That Hex Flash was game. Having the Dragons and the slight gold lead as well is a great moment of power for them. First item onto Monkey has been is really big for his champion too, and Weibo.
Pantheon can be a bit of a bait. You know, actually, you'll see teams start to leave him open a little bit more again, because if teams aren't using the ultimate correctly, his value is significantly lower. Crisp gets exhausted, doesn't have the flash, all the heal is now in danger. The Glacial Fissure is solid enough, but he's still going to die. Reset now available for Monkey. Vampire makes his will unbreakable, decides he's likely dead, so will try and find an angle in. Audacious charging away, Relentless pursuing away, will maybe make that a 1-for-1 as Monkey goes down to the shuffle from Xiaohu. Karis gets out 2 for 2 right now. Shroud comes down. Breathe now around and about. Xiaohu also low on about 10%. Has got soldiers working. Tien hops on forwards with the shield bomb. But Taeyu flashing in. Blows up the Emperor Shurima. Gets the barrier down. Breathe try to hop. Public execution. Should make that one another trade. 2 plays versus 2 players right now. Misses the Darkin Blade. Karis off on an angle. Can look for more. Crisp has respawned. Makes this a bit more interesting. Needs to get more of those Darkin Blades down. Decent healing against Thunder Sky is ridiculous. Karis to the backline. Onto Tien. He still comes off. Vampire's here again. Respawns. Allow for more violence. Shieldfall comes on through. Quite can't kill Paris. And I'm saying Paris because I don't know. I think I want to be somewhere else.
Neither team knows when to quit. WE will finish things off with a headbutt pulverize into death. And Weibo showcasing again that they're not really confident at picking the fights on the map.
Very strong, as you were noting before. Breathe, no flash. I mean, there's no flash that tall on Weibo. That could be a bit of a problem. I feel like they need them more than WE do.
Oh, jumping on him. Public gets you short to Karis. He's gone.
He's gone, and the Dragon isn't low enough to force the fight. What's Weibo's plan now? He's pressed the ult key!
Here we go. Vampire will try and jump onto Chris, but it's just Chris. Tien will shield vault onto Taeyeon. Now shoving him back, and actually Q beginning to run rampant. He's pressed the ult key, but his man dropped into the grave.
Tien drops into 4 members and achieves nothing. WE winning the 4v5 and will take the Dragon.
And they've still got a spike keep on Vampire, by the way. Makes things quite interesting. Cube will slide over. Cube Huge heroics in that fight. Actually left
Probably
TN.
should have lost off of that, but of course Xiaohu had an awful game just after that point. Q misses there from Chris. Breathe not in range right now, and Chris caught out.
Gonna get headbutted back into the team. Should just die. Actually managed to jump back with the Unbreakable Will, but Wonky now gets to go forwards with the Hound's Pursuit. Dies. Little bit deep. Couldn't press the call of the pack in time. Breathe trying to jump around. Gets knocked over the wall. Nice headbutt there. Now Cube looking for more. Flash out of TN keeps him alive. Cube's got the Sterex to work with, so won't take too much more damage from the soldiers. Ends up being a 2-for-1, but you've lost your smite.
You have.
Even though he's gone back, it's still very low, though. He needs to be here ASAP.
Yeah, Monkey's about to come on over, convince her over the wall, and maybe it's just bought enough time looking for that play. Chris can't get there in time. Monkey gets the Atakan. Chris now in danger, hit with the Shuriken flip. May well just die to the Hound's Pursuit. Great shuffle from Xiao, who denies the engage. Now looking for some more. Call the pack use, but the Brawl passive still there. Concussive blows on the dog. Vampire dead to the Comet Spear.
Ends up getting caught out by the sweeper.
Breathe.
Tien outplaying him. He doesn't have the passive. Let's see what he can do.
Shield Vault comes on now. Cube got the Aatrox Salt. Breathe into the backline. Taeyun in danger. Flashes away. Staying alive. Cube will manage to hold the line well enough for the squad.
Breathe misplaying there. Knew that Corki had the flash and still dashed away from turret, meaning that he couldn't get in range for the
beat.
QT.
Dragon started, Carousel on the flank, Cube on the other one. He also has flash. Wait, but you can't afford to get pincered. Oh, Cube's gone too far.
Oh boy, he's got Sterex, gets out of the public execution. Enough CC and tenacity to get out there. Carousel on a flank angle.
Cube he just walks out of the ultimate. Karras now found on the flank. Cube
Ow.
can't teleport back in, though.
Cube gonna come back on over. Half HP, doesn't have the world underwear with the Karras in the backline. Gets the shield down, buying some down, Hound's Pursuit down, but it means the jungler's not on the dragon. Taken by Tien. It's way too far from WE.
Monkey dies, doesn't get to smite the dragon. Xiaohu will go safely, and despite the fact that Breathe messed up.
Oh boy, Vampire trying to buy some time, does go down. Now Taeyun needs to Valkyrie away, buys a little bit of time, but Cube's so low, no ult to work with. Taeyun in danger, has a barrier and a dream. Breathe goes looking for him. Cube cancels the reset, light low, but not down. Cube caught under the turret, goes down, and Weibo Gaming are right back in the game.
How do they play like this after the game that they had? Weibo, I didn't think they'd be winning team fights at this point, but Cube getting caught out, walking.
Tien right back in the game as well over Monkey, only slightly. You need a much better fight from your Aatrox, I think, if you want to make this a better play. Mid lane turret about to fall as well. Only the third turret of the game, and WE, by the way, have only picked up one this game as well.
It's been more about the brawls, and they do have decent wave clear on both sides. I mean, with the Corki on one side and the Aatrox on the other side, the Azir and the Lucian able to clear off waves quite effectively. I think basically both teams have been scared to push onto turrets because
The punish is quite high.
The punish is
yeah.
very hard, especially with spellbook teleports in the game. That does add an extra factor to that too. Weibo typically very good at trading objectives. One of the big things we talked about in their last series.
Yeah.
If I was them, you know, they can trade objectives that have some good value from that. Tien will be able to move through topside jungle, spots a ward going down just there, and by that information we'll be able to see that.
I know you're talking about the TPs. It can be triple TP and a ground starfall from Weibo.
They knew they were there. That's dangerous, man.
Crisp is the one who's chosen to face check and does get away with it. TP now behind. It's Breathe looking for an angle. Taeyun got flash, but needs to be careful. There goes Breathe. Drake kept stepping forward with the last race. Flashes out of the public execution. Vampire tries to pay time, but Light hops in and blows up the Corki. Cube doing his best as he can, but where does he go? The range is gone, and the TP value too high.
It's only one kill. Is it enough to start the Baron properly? Monkey gets some damage down, heals up from the Q2. Alistair, does he have a spellbook teleport? Might be able to make it back into the play.
See whether he does. Keep your eyes on those summoner spell. Down to half. In goes Monkey.
Oh,
He just
Monkey.
gets eviscerated. We worried about this in draft, but they got so ahead, you began to think it wouldn't matter. But they dive into the Lion's Maw, and everyone falls.
The Azir proccing the Braum passive so frequently through the fight is so nasty. Vampire doesn't have a smite, has a flash, but it won't matter. Weibo will get themselves Baron onto 4.
What's he looking to do here? He has just switched over to the smite. Flash, no ult. He's going to have to give it up. Dragons in a minute. Maybe they just try and play around the soul instead.
So Weibo get themselves the Baron, and they are well and
but that's their angle right now. Without Karras being as strong as he was before could be a problem.
He's level 16, so less squishy than he might have been earlier in the game. Bleed out a little here, but not a huge amount. The Darking Dagger's doing their best to cull a little of that HP, but the dragon is started. The second dragon for Weibo. Crisp is body blocking, preventing them getting anywhere near here. As Xiaohu turns off the dragon, carries onto the back and looking for an angle, flashes and has to go golden. They do kill off the Braum. Reset now for Monkey. Starex popped on the Q, who's hit by the public execution, flashes away. Now Breathe is in danger. Hound's Pursuit does not get the kill on the Breathe. And of course the daggers don't quite work until just yet. The bleed finally enough, but they still lose 3.
WE lose the dragon fight. They don't get the smites, and they end up losing 2. It is a 2 for 2. Can Tian find it? He can.
Oh boy, he goes into the Shroud, buys some time. The Age Assault comes on down, trying to hit the autos here. Where is Harris going? No flash, no R, and the Comet Sphere brings him low.
Protobelt dash and not effective, and Weibo, this should be the fight which wins them the game realistically. The base will be broken 40 seconds now on Karis. I think they'll be able to survive the game on this push, but Weibo do just enough to get the dragon, get a slim advantage in the fight, and get themselves towards that inhibitor afterwards.
Well then, folks, it's been a game of throws, a series of throws. At that guy from the NFL earlier. Maybe we've just got quarterbacks yeeting the game to each other. Vampire flashes away. Ooh. Why?
That's a bit of a tilter. That's why. The early game was great from Vampire. As Hex flashed into double pulves, as picks onto more. The Pantheon, the Crisp, and the Crisp Braum have done so much work at stopping W from guarding covered fights. This is a flashless Alistair caught out trying to get wards.
Yeah, we'll try and burst the ult and the heal, but to what end? He's just dead.
It's another Vampire flaw of his. It's an understandable one, though. When the game falls away, he tries to put himself at risk to get the miracle ward that will get him the fight. However, much like we saw a lot from last year, he will often die doing so. He does that again here. Realistically, they're not winning standard fights. He tries to put the wards down. Can't blame him for looking, but it does mean that he's double dipped and died.
And look, earlier on, Weibo were not using their teleports, their globals effectively. They've got 4 of them potentially. Now they are. Now they're beginning to flex the muscles a little bit. Finally got a third item on team. He's gone towards the Immortal Shield bow, actually. Trying
decent items, feats of strength. Of course, they earn these feats of strength. Gives them an extra bit of an upper cap in terms of their scaling, but hasn't felt like he's determined that much. Monkey losing to Tien heavily in the 1v1. Jesus, he'll have to recall. Now, where's that Q going? I don't think it kills. Well, this will.
There's the call of the back. Means nothing. Vampire potentially in danger, but from 3 and 1 to 5 and 6, it's been rough.
But Monkey's just died. As Dragon is spawning and Baron is spawning, you have 50 seconds. What's the plan? You go towards the Dragon, I presume, to stop the Soul. W will try and bush break Chris. I mean, I don't think you kill him that quickly.
Well, try their best. Vampire will finally make his will unbreakable, but over they go into the backline. Karis immediately goes golden. Culling cancel. Vampire.
Oh, the cancel!
But all the while, Light gets value as he brings down 2, and WBG are looking real nice at this moment.
Xiaohu breaks the ankles and the neck of Karis, cancelling out his R2 and then sliding onto the other carry. Good late game fight from him. Good late game in general from Weibo after a very, very off and on mid game.
Weibo Gaming hold the line, come back. 1 dragon fight was all it took, and it's just a mirror of game 1. We're going to 3, and these 2 teams just won't have a clean game.
Realistically, I think there's some of the ones which have a better laning matchup to the Aurora, honestly, where, look, you're not going to win lane against the Aurora.
No.
It's more about, even if Aurora gets a 10 CS lead, does it matter? And I think if you take Airy, sometimes Ari would used to go for this too, and then you go Oblivion Orb, because Airy is a magic damage, it instantly applies the anti-heal.
Ooh, and there's Ignite for heal. Crisp, of course, now in danger, gets flashed on WE, looking for it. First blood to Vampire.
Just as we were saying, the 2v2 was going very well for Weibo this series. Yeah. Crisp made some big misplays. They get themselves the dragon. There's a teleport going top from Vampire, so Tane will be happily farming that. Gets that 3Q, which he's happy for. Monkey will get himself the first dragon. I mean, Weibo are not in a great spot to fight Grubs either, because they're on red side versus it. Spotting side lanes and looking for plays. Doesn't get it.
We can't TP to tier 2. Light now trapped into this turret. Monkey coming up, having started up red.
No spell shield,
get on top
it.
of him. He's got Cleanse, Flash, and on the hunt, trying to praise one out. There is that Cleanse. Buy some time. Flash on in. Flash out from Light. Trying to run away best he can. Vampire low. The ricochets come flying. Overcomes the fight for TM, but with the TPs flying, another one, of course. Decent death ray there. Sorry, Hex Tech ray there. Adjustments have come on through.
Really punishing Karis up here again. The wave in a great position for him, trying to force on bot side.
There's a Solar Flare onto TN. He's trying to claim up this Scuttle Crab. We'll need to think about getting out of here as he's caught between worlds. But all out goes the Cassante. Try to turn it around. Ends up being a 1-for-1, but the jungle being down and Breathe now isolated from the squad as Cube begins to stack through. That Spirit Abjuration passive does get a fair amount of work there.
Xiaohu sitting alone on top side. Tien dying is a problem because it means that Monkey gets to go into bot side. Xiaohu gonna see the stolen Chaos Storm, but Karis gets grab fielded, misses the E. That's a problem.
Now the Arcane Storm just keeps flying on top of that Silas, who has to flash away. We're stuck in the flash for the death ray in the air. He does it.
Karis not playing well in the lane. Xiaohu managing the wave so well.
Is here. Maybe look to fight this. The second dragon was supposed to be a pickup for WE a little earlier. Hasn't happened. Actually, Light's Flash about to come up here as well. The Achu goes wide. Monkey continuing to fight this dragon down about 1500 HP. Vampire trying to body block. Like it will succeed in doing so. Now comes the engage. Vampire interrupted on that enrage though. Now problematic as he ends up taking a lot of damage. Over the wall they go. Trying to get on top of that also important Wukong. Cube looking for some damage though with the Between Worlds. Does get a fair amount of work. Tien, a little deep breathe though, can go all out. Trying to get a hold of Vampire. Does so with a footwork forwards. Chris now coming on forwards. Misses the Gleaming Quill. Monkey can maybe look to Warrior Trickster over the wall. Ends up being a 1-for-1 overall. Now Breathe in danger as he's about to go low, but still has another footwork to work with.
Weibo go too deep into the Aurora ultimate, and they do get punished, but you can see that Weibo did a really good problematic for WE. This is a champion which they don't have the best ability to shut down. You can just put down that grab field and the Chaos Storm, and a lot of the divers and the lower range champions from WE, the Leona, Wukong, Silas, can have a lot of issues with that. Level 11 already, a level up over Karis. He's basically been, perma farming. He's very happy to do so. I don't know whether he's got the full complement of upgrades, only the 1 kill participation, maybe not right now, but very happy all the same. Herald started.
WE getting that one. Xiaohu continue to poke out Karis. Solar Flare comes on down. Gets a stone to Xiaohu. Allows the Abduct to land after all that absconding. Grab and healed on down. Stolen quickness means Xiaohu's in danger and cannot survive the collapse.
He puts the Chaos Storm on the wave to make sure there's no push, and he does go too far this time. That Victor took a lot to take him down, but he was basically in a 1v4. Herald will be restarted by W. I think they peeled off of it. Light will get some chunk onto the mid lane turret. Breathe will go onto the bot side. Because the wave was killed by Xiaohu, will make it a little slower to take this, but I think it still will be first turret. Tien has ult, and Karis is not in a great spot.
Oh boy, that could be risky. Clears out the wave and now gets them trapped under the turret. Does a decent job of locking people down. All out we go. Knock up, but flashed out from. Exhaust there from the spellbook. Should mean he falls, but the tower's been heated up so much, they can't get the kill quite yet.
He'll die. He will still die. It's just whether they get it in time to stop anything else happening across the map. Smolder's heading down. Could potentially ping them with an ultimate. If Xiaohu gets the kill, it's even more goal over towards the Victor. That'll be a problem.
They can then maybe look at the turret afterwards. There's He's gone well path making forward. Trying to get the footwork. Smolder tries to try and...
Oh my god!
And he gets out alive.
Weibo massively misplay, and now they're stuck in a very deep position.
They tried to give the kill to Xiao and he goes well, but the cease and desist now onto the Smolder! They'll take that prize! Breather's the one who picks up. Cyclone comes on down. Fight continues to be messy. It's a 1-for-1 as it stands. Xiao looking for more. Another Hextech Ray. But Between Worlds goes Cube. Weirding shotgun to the face. Bounces to the other side of the wall. Trying to get that kill secured for Con. Caught the gravity field! Oh no! Light gets that one. He is at the end of the tunnel. Xiao flashing for the Siphon power. In comes a Hex Flash from Vampire! But the relentless force from Tien just blows a hole in the head.
Weibo somehow do it again. The severe lethal tempo goes absolutely nuts as Cube tries to get the turnaround, but the spell shield makes the difference. Weibo start with a misplay, but somehow take the tumble and make it into a gymnastics routine. And come out ahead. I have no idea how that ended up working out, but realistically, Weibo should have just taken the 1 kill and out. The fact that it takes so long to kill Karis ends up working in their favor. By Light means that he's not one shot. Great grab field and the choke point from Xiaohu. The extended fight value from Sivir and Victor went through the roof. And Vampire, in fact, actually gets the entire team killed. He Hex Flashes, which gives Tien an auto attack target for the E.
It's brutal. There comes that Relentless Force. Breathe now. Doing his best. Stacks on Smolder. 158, so a fair ways off the full overpower level. But of course, it's only going to be sole point right now for WE. Normally, one of the ways you used to beat Smolder was just stack dragons into him. Try and match his scaling with that perma buff for the team. Solar Flare now looking to turn that one around. The double knockup comes on through. But Between Worlds a lot of work. But Crisp with that quickness does a lot of work. Xiao likely going to fall, but gets a lot of work done before he does. Cease and desist. Immune to CC. Vampire flashes over the wall. Chris doing his best to flash on out. Stays alive. Cube goes across the veil, but might just be going across it permanently as the ricochets keep flying. Another Vault Breaker. Another kill for Light. Chris keeping Vampire busy. Trying to get more value. It's a triple to Light.
Sivir goes off. You think Smolder scaling? Welcome to the Ricochet queen of the bot lane. Light cleans up. WWE have sometimes had this issue where they sometimes dive on the wrong target. Now, I understand wanting to kill the Victor. Technically, it's the quote-unquote right target. But because Chris mid-fight, that just does not work in their favor.
I seem to recall a play on the Northwest where they went for a hook like that yesterday into Invictus Gaming, and it went very, very wrong.
It's the LPL Classic. Sometimes teams just don't know when to quit. And Weibo will start up the Atakan. This is where you can throw a game. They have to be careful. They're taking it down, but they are getting shredded.
They are down to 5k HP. Vampire has a smite in his inventory, courtesy of Spellbook. Will that make anything? Breathe. There to body block. The gravity field alone is so obnoxious, and they steal away all the petals.
Xiaohu has been the Aurora top lane. They cooked with the Aurora top lane. And they don't really have a tank now. They have the Leona, which can get tanky, but that's not enough, really. And the Ricochets will shred through the rest of the team.
Passive and upgraded boots. That's it, isn't it?
That's it. Baron spawning now. Vampire doing that thing where he goes on his warding missions again. A very good Baron pit, though, for Weibo. The all-seeing Baron gives you... Oh, that's the engage instead!
And, of course, the Warrior Trickster's down! Monkey's going to go into the backline as Crisp is trying to keep Taeyun out of the play. They've lost their jungler, and Taeyun gets an ult, but it's only little bits of a chunk. It's not a full thing.
It's a great amount of damage from Taeyun in the spot, but it's not enough. You're right. Now they're stood on a ward. Need to be careful there. Can they start up again? They will do. There is a potential of Cube getting a mega ultimate and Karis coming into the play. He's going to recall. Weibo go to the Baron. They are insisting on taking this objective.
There comes the Waiting Breathe. Pulls them back with the Untold Frost Strikes and drags the Aurora out of her ultimate. Is exhausted. Baron down to 4k. Karis looking to get in. Does Vampire have to smite in inventory off the spellbook? Engage with the stolen quickness. Hijack needs to take the Baron. Does, but Weibo's health bar so desperately no needing to escape. Look at Breathe. They're getting ricochets everywhere you care to look. More damage coming on through. Broken bodies. Cube is squared. Taeyun needs to keep that flapping away. What about the damage onto Karis? Absconds, but there's nowhere to abduct to. No way to play for your life. The spell shield heals light. And now Taeyun, the little dragon that just couldn't do enough.
Weibo, Handstiff, WE, who can't get it done in the clutch team fights. I think we'll finally have a game where the team who is in the lead finally closes it out instead of a throw. Tien is 2 levels up on Monkey. Needs some help over here, actually.
TM pulls away. Over comes Xiaohu, buying some time. Cease and desist into the Vault Breaker, into the gravity field. There aren't cooldowns anymore. And Monkey dies. Again, the 1v1, honorable enough. The 1v3, well, it's just a dead cat. Monkey, isn't it?
WE had a top 4 finish line.
Outstanding. There's the GA. Even if you get that first kill onto him, you've got to do it again.
And that makes so much sense. He's doing enough damage. You have to throw out in damage core, and Weibo should be able to close the game out sooner rather than later. They have the rest of this Baron buff, and then they'll have 20 seconds up until the Baron spawn as well. They'll take 1 turret, break the inhibitor, and WE, I think they've run out of smoke a little bit here. Steam.
Either way, the fire is going out. Weibo Gaming into the base. Inhibitor's down. Aurora gets a tier 2, but will need to get back to base now. What can you do? What hijacks have you got? They've gone for the Chaos Storm at this point. Xiaohu will eat it, but just does nothing at this point.
Well, that's a Solar Flare and a Chaos Storm, and Xiaohu's walking away with more health than he started it with.
That's ridiculous.
This is what happens when you give the Victor the free pump, puts down his own Chaos Storm.
He's got a Rift Maker. He doesn't give a damn. Tien onto that next Nexus turret. 1 remaining between Weibo and the Bear base. Taeyun, can he find some magic? Calls Mom, but I don't think all the kind words, all the parental support in the world will mean all that much. It's an 18+ game. Nothing more your parents can do to save you this time. Vampire onto the base, not quite stacked. Staked, rather. GA pop, but Breathe. Hopping around with the footwork. Karis back to the fountain. Nexus turret still needs to go down as Weibo are playing with their food. Vampire down. Burns continue to play around. They've already killed the dragon. And Weibo Gaming, the most convincing of the series so far, make it a 20-6.